Halasana is also called the plow pose. Now what I feel basically is that if you know the impact of a particular posture or how a posture works, half of the job while performing that posture is already done. So let's understand what exactly plow pose is supposed to do. The plow is basically a tool in farming which increases the productivity of a field, okay, where you grow crops. Alright, now if you talk about productivity, the only productivity thing in our body is our digestive system. You are born like this because of the food you have eaten, you are what you are right now. So Halasan basically is a tool to improve the productivity of your abdomen, right? So the most important thing in Halasan is that you should be getting some good pressure on your abdomen, right? Now a lot of people tell me that Halasan makes them hurt their neck. Obviously, if you do it wrong, it will hurt your neck. So understand how exactly Halasan is done and how to prepare for it. First of all, obviously when you perform a full Halasan, you have to take your legs all the way back. But to start with, if your body is not prepared, don't think that you have to put your leg down, because in order to put your leg down, you may seriously injure your neck. That's a process which your body allows with the help of flexibility which you acquire over time. So, to practice Halasana, you need to lie down straight, bend your legs. Now, this is the most challenging part. If you try to lift your hips up all the way here, that requires a lot of core involvement. So, there are few tricks which you can apply. Trick number 1, you hold your legs and then swing a bit. And then once your hips are up, hold it. Okay, remember, don't take your leg back. Leg extension comes later. Try to hold halfway, because when you keep your leg halfway, the possibility of rolling back reduces. So don't try to make your leg straight. Once you are able to hold this half hold, then you can try and make your leg straight. Okay, now if you are not sure about going all the way back, you can just try to move your legs like this and then up. Okay, now as I told you before, touching your legs behind your head is not mandatory, but keeping your legs straight is. So next step would be, once you are able to hold this particular position, focus on making your legs straight. Now the indicator which tells you that you are pushing too hard is
when your voice becomes like this, or if you feel any kind of difficulty in breathing, that means you're actually pushing too much.
So make sure throughout the posture your voice should not change. So if you can touch your legs down, that's okay, otherwise keep it in the air, right? You have to keep your weight within this region. If it goes all the way on the back of your head, you are actually putting your neck in a kind of danger. So don't do that, right? Some of you will have a little bit of difficulty in breathing, but if your neck is straight, if your voice is okay, that means you are actually trying to breathe through the abdomen. Try to breathe through your chest. We do abdominal breathing, but once you hold it, your abdomen is squeezed. And then when you try to move your abdomen in and out, it actually creates some problem. So try to breathe through the abdomen or through the chest, and once you're comfortable, you can slowly go down, 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 down. Touching your legs down is touching your leg down majorly depends on the flexibility of your hamstrings. So I would recommend, if you're performing Halasan, keep working on your hamstring flexibility. Alright, I hope you understand that. Thank you very much.